Good morning. It's a good morning. A good morning. I about run out of things to talk about, y'all. I really have. Um, our dogs are like the snake finders. They can find the snakes the best, apparently, and they got a different bark when they find a snake. And I don't know if they know the difference between a poisonous snake and a venomous snake and a non-venomous or not, because it seemed like they even had different barks for those. Uh, like a venomous snake, like a copperhead, it's a serious bark. It's like I'm telling you, this is bad news that's in the yard, y'all. Y'all need to come check this out. And then like a non-venomous, it's like, hey, y'all, come check this out. There's a snake over here. Y'all come check it out. It's just it's a different bark. I don't know how to describe that. I know when I used to rabbit hunt a lot, we had a couple rabbit dogs and used to rabbit hunt all the time. And you could sit there and listen. And our dogs, I had two, I guess, that was pretty much known around this part of the country. And one of them was a little beagle, and one of them was a beagle and black and tan mix. And she was a little bit longer legged and looking dog than the beagle. But the beagle, she was hunting and jumping and running when she was like 6 months old on her own. She was just a born natural at it. And anyway, they were actually my brother's dogs, and somehow or the other I got them, and down here in Mississippi, and because he lived in Tennessee, I'm not real sure how all that come about, but anyway, I had to take care of them for a little bit, and wound up taking care of them for several years. But we enjoyed it. We had a good time, and we'd go out, and all these other boys would have their dogs, and if you ever been rabbit hunting with a bunch of beagles, you understand it's a noise, and you always got some that's out there that don't have a clue. They just like to bark. They just, that's all that's the only reason they're in it is to bark, and to follow along whatever else is going on. You got some that's kind of serious, halfway serious, know what they're doing, but our dogs, whenever we'd be sitting around and the dogs were out there and they'd be barking or whatever and going on, and we wouldn't pay them any mind. But whenever Becky or Blackie, I know, real smart names, whenever they would bark, everybody would get up and we'd all spread out and we'd say, there's a rabbit at the end of this, because they wouldn't lose it. We knew it wasn't going to be a deer. A lot of the dogs that would come with us, they'd get on a deer and they'd be gone. And but with these dogs, you knew, and you could also tell if it was like a cold trail or if they jumped one. You could tell by the sound of their bark. If you've ever coon hunted, we coon hunted a little bit when I was a kid, and it's a difference. You could hear them when they if it's a cold trail, when it gets hotter, and then when they get on the tree, they got a tree bark, and they begin to bark, and it's definitely a different bark, and especially if it's your own dog, you understand, you can hear it. Well, our dogs are like that with snakes, apparently, and FedEx drivers, because you pretty much know when either a snake's out in the yard or a FedEx driver is in the driveway. And so last night, we generally put them up at night, 9 o'clock, and so they're not barking outside our window. Because I mean, the coyotes, you got noises, you got all kind of stuff that makes them want to bark, and they inevitably want to bark right beside the window that you're trying to sleep. And I got tired of that, so we built them a little pen. I said they're going in there at night, and so we got it all covered and got it, where they won't be in the rain or the weather. Got it, even for the wind. But we went out last night, or my son went out last night, and he come back in and said, I need a flashlight. The dog's got a snake. I said, oh, what kind is it? I don't know. He don't know anything about snakes. I said, well, let's go look at it. So I got up and went out there. And he says, right over here by the fence. And where my garden is, I got some fence to keep the rabbits out. And we went over there, and it turned out to be a little rat snake or chicken snake. I don't know the difference. I don't know if there is a difference. I don't know if we just interchange them or whatever. But it wasn't a big one. It was, it was probably a couple of feet long, but I mean, little bitty. And I said, oh, that's just a rat snake. Just reach down there. And he had gloves on. And I said, just reach down there and grab it. We'll chunk it. And it'll probably come back. But I don't know. We at least give them an opportunity. If they just keep coming back, then they've got to go to the snake graveyard. But and we name them. So, I mean, we know which ones come back. So, I mean, we named that one George. So if George comes back and continues to be a bother, then he's got to go, y'all. We can't have him. I got chickens. I got rabbits. And I got, I'm getting on up there in age. So I can't take the startled heart jumps that come with coming across a snake in the middle of nowhere. So it's got to go. Poisonous, venomous, or non-venomous, it's got to go. So he grabbed it, and it was real calm. I mean, it like most of them, they're trying to bite you and all that kind of stuff. But this, and he was real calm. He grabbed him, and we took him out, and we chunked him off into the woods a good little ways. And hopefully that it will go to the neighbors. We're that type of people. We want to share with our neighbors. We're giving people. We're people that like to we don't like to keep all our blessings to ourselves. We like to give them to other people because we're just that type of people. Let me see who's in the chat. See if anybody, there's our good friend Michael. MB Heritage Farms up there, North Carolina. Leave North Carolina. Lazy Days, Jesse and Lisa, good morning, everybody. Good to see you. They are level-headed. I mean, and that dude, Michael, knows his stuff, y'all. If y'all don't have Michael, if you got chickens or gardens or anything like that, trust me, get after it. He knows what he's talking about there. Hey, Paul. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you sharing our thing out. Hey there, Deb. Good to see you. Appreciate y'all had a live last night. I didn't even know y'all did live. You said that was your second one, so I don't know what happened. Maybe I did see the first one. I can't remember. Time is just crazy on me right now. But they had a live last night. Her and OJ. Got Mark. Howdy. He's had lives here lately. Had a one with, I can't remember the girl's name now. Anyway. Hey, Roberta. Good morning. It's good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Peter, appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Dusty Goat. Hey, listen, I know y'all have been some kind of busy here lately. You got all these little get-togethers and I don't know what you call them, workshops and all kind of stuff going on over there out of was it Florida? You're in Florida, right? I can't ever tell because you're right on the little peninsula, or not what the little thing that kind of connects with Alabama. And there's not much of Florida right there before you get into Alabama. But I won't say it was Florida. You love them. You love them. I don't. I don't like snakes. I mean, I'm not one of these people that just, I mean, terrified. And as long as I have a problem with them because they're so hard to see. I mean, they are. They're kind of still. They blend in with their surroundings. And I mean, you can walk right up on them and not even know it. You can actually, no one is there and not be able to see it. It's crazy that way. Me and my buddy Paul, we was up at the camp and we was riding the four-wheeler, and there was this, I mean, humongous copperhead. And copperheads don't get just real big as far as long. But this one had been every bit of almost 3 foot long. I mean, he was huge. Maybe not quite that long, but I mean, it was pretty good size. Big old thing, head on him like a fist. And for a copperhead, that's a gigantic copperhead. And it was on one of the trails that we go, back to our stands with. And so I can't remember what we was doing. We was riding the four-wheeler going to I think we was going checking. He might have killed a deer or something, or shot a deer with a bow. And we was going back and just checking because we never could find it. Wound up, we found it later. But when we was driving down there, I mean, we near about run smack over this copperhead and scared, we are. Well, we killed it because we didn't want to be walking up on no copperhead, going to the woods in the dark and all that. Well, after we killed it, we set it up on a log that was out in the woods, and we set it up on top of it because we thought, somebody else come through there that they'd see it, and it might enhance their life a little bit. And well, we just come back through later on, maybe the next day or maybe later on that day, I can't remember now. And it had its nerves or something had made it fall off the log. And we was like, oh no, maybe we didn't kill it. And we got over there, we was looking all over that place. And it was like, and then Paul said, there he is right there. And all it had done was fall off the log. I mean, it was dead. It just fallen off the log into the leaves. And I kid you not, I knew exactly where it was. He was pointing at. I still could not see the present thing. That's why I don't like them. I mean, if there was a bright neon color, if they, if you got close to them and when I say close, I mean like 50 yards, they'd go beep, 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 or something like that. I'd be fine with them. But no, they don't do that. They wait till you right there on them. And then you find them. And that's no fun. That's no good for a heart, y'all. That's not a good thing for the old ticker. It's not a good thing. Hey there, ocean to ocean travel. I'm just assuming by that name you do a lot of traveling. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Mike and Rihanna, good to see y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in. Our new land. Hello there, Devin. How's them little piggies doing? Them little wild piggies. We had a couple little piggies here at the house. Now, we don't see a lot of wild pigs right here at the house. In fact, in our area, you don't see a whole lot of them. We got one on our lease or on our hunting property that's up the road about 20 miles. It's just, I guess it's the old boar hog. We've seen the last few years on a camera, big old thing. But we've never seen any other sign. We've never had any other on cameras, just that one hog. And you don't hear them around here a lot. And the dogs were barking a few years ago outside. And I said, what are they getting at? They're getting something. This was their pig bark. They got their snake bark, their FedEx bark, and they got their pig bark. And so I went outside, and they done got these two pigs, little bitty pigs, chased them around and got them behind their air conditioner. I thought they was going to tear the air conditioner up. And I thought they was the neighbor's pigs that he got out, because we got a neighbor up the road, got all kind of animals, and, and some down the road, and some across the road. But I mean, they're good distance, and I thought maybe they'd got them some pigs, and I thought they done got out, and now they're going to get over here. Our dogs are going to kill them, and I didn't want to deal with that. So I got the dogs and was holding them back, and they finally got the pigs, and I think my son come out there and helped me, and we got them and run them off, and we said that they'll go home. They'll find their way home. Well, I got thinking about it. I said, I really don't remember anybody getting pigs. So I went down to the neighbors. I asked did they have any little pigs. They said no. Went down to the other one. They didn't have any. Everybody around here, nobody knew of anybody that had any new little pigs. So they were little wild pigs. And we used to see them a good bit. And even as they got bigger, they would travel together. And every once in a while, you'd see them. And one day, I guess they made the mistake of getting out on the highway, and somebody got them. And that was the end of the two little piggies. Two little piggies. Good morning, Rochelle. Good to see you. Always good to see you in the chat and on videos and all that what you got going on, Instagrams and all kind of stuff. I always like seeing your flowers. I got me a coleus. I don't know if you've seen that or not. I think I put it on Facebook and Instagram that I did get me a coleus. I'm trying to get some rooted. I only got one. Y'all, me and Belinda we got us some flowers, and they're like $7 a piece for little. I was like, my goodness. So we got some that she wanted, for little pots around here. I said, I'm going to root them. I'm not paying $200 for a flower. I'm just not doing it. Because, you need a lot of flowers to fill up flower beds and stuff. I don't have that kind of money. And so I'm just get maybe one decent plant, and I'll get some cuttings off of it, root it, get me some more, and keep rooting like that, and keep rooting and rooting and rooting. And that makes sense. I hope it does. Hello, Linda Peterson. Good to see you. Always good to see Linda. You see her all the time over there on Chatterbox Gals, but they don't have Chatterbox Gals no more. There's our friend Colleen. You see her over there with Jaws and Sherry, and I miss them, y'all. I do. Shannon still has hers on Thursdays, I believe. And, well, not all the time. She's been kind of slack like I have. But, all right, y'all take care. Dusty Goat, appreciate y'all coming in. Anyway, Colleen, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Let me see if I've missed anybody. Smash that like button. I like your style. Like your style. Y'all don't have poisonous snakes up there. Well, we do down here. We got them. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. And y'all, I don't know if I've ever seen a rattlesnake until I moved to this part of the country. Well, I did see one up at the camp, where we hunt, but that was years ago. And it's around here. You see them quite frequently run over or out on the roads, or we've never had any in the yard that I know of. We had them run over out here in front a time or two, but nothing here in the yard. I don't like them. I don't like any of them. Don't have to worry about anything other than garden snakes. Hey there, full blown country. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. La, da, da, da. Good morning, Coastal Water. Always good to see you. Hey there, Peter Dale. Good to see you. Appreciate that's copperhead. It was. Corn snake. A corn snake looks kind of like a copperhead. Corn snakes, but they're not. They're gentle. They're not bad snakes. You got a wild pug? Yeah, you do. I understand, Peter. I understand. I get that way, and I guess because I run out of ideas. I run out of inspiration, and not only that, then of course this time you got a lot of stuff going on, and then if you got family stuff and all that, it's life gets busy. It gets busy, and it gets overwhelming at times. So you just gotta try to, but then you get where you miss everybody. You miss all your friends. You miss catching up with them and keeping up with them and knowing what everybody's doing. Our solar hog is called a maverick. They are very territorial and would keep other hogs away. We always had a maverick, but finally other hogs are pushing into our territory. Yeah, I seen them little piggies. Hey there, Steven. Good to see you, man. I'm glad y'all come through all them tornadoes and stuff up there. There's been some kind of tornadoes here lately, hasn't it? I mean, lots. And here through Mississippi, it's got, I think, through Tennessee. I'm not sure about Kentucky, maybe. Alabama, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma. I mean, it's just seemed like it's been a bunch here lately. I don't like them tornadoes either. Da, da, da. Yeah, I think that's what we got is a maverick. I don't know how you missed my coleus. I posted it just for you, to be honest with you. Because I have been bugging you about coleus, and because I forget, and then I ask you again what it's called, and then I forget, and I ask you again what it's called, and then I forget, and then I ask you again, and I just keep forgetting, and you keep telling me, so I said, I'm going to finally show her that I got me a coleus. It's a pretty thing too. It's red and got a little yellow, I think, on it, and they all pretty to me. Them coleus, they just very unique, and they're super easy to propagate. That I'm glad to hear that, because I can kill most anything. Hey there, Miss Down Under, and that Annie's Kitchen and Urban Homesteads. Good to see you all the way down from Australia. But Chuck, you would buy me a flower? Huh, maybe so. Maybe so. I don't like buying stuff. I'm a cheapskate. Holman's Homestead. Holman, Doug and Carolyn and Daniel over there at Holman's Homestead, he was saying something, and he got this like water, a thing that he built that they fill it with, got water in it in the bottom, and then they got plastic. No, they got plastic. They got like a heater, then they got plastic, then they put water in it, and then they got these floating trays where they have their seeds. And they germinate their seeds this way. And the heat up under the plastic, the heat and mat or whatever it is up under plastic, heats up the water. And then they got a lid that they can close it down on that can keep the heat in during the cold days, and then open it up when it's not cold. But these seed trays float. They're made of styrofoam, and they float. They float on this water that has been heated up underneath the plastic by a thing that's underneath the plastic. It's pretty cool. But he said something about, he said, we're just simple folk. We're just simple folk. And he said, or cheap, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how he said it. I said, I'm gonna start telling people that now. Instead of saying I'm cheap, I'm just gonna say I'm a simple thing. I'm just a simple man. I'm a simple man that likes simple things, likes Leonard Skinner and simple songs. So I'm gonna change my word usage, and I'm gonna be the politician of YouTube, where I change the meanings of words. Huh?
Nothing.
You doubt that?
No, some
Anyway,
politician. I was just thinking something.
I'm going to change the meaning of words. I'm going to make up my own words. And so instead of cheap, I'm going to be simple. Simple. Snakeskin boots. I had some rattlesnake boots, not rattlesnake, alligator boots one time that was given to me. No, I don't want no tarantulas. No, I don't want no tarantulas. What time do we have? It's 12:20 a.m. Oh, goodness. Good. Where in the world are you at? Peter? It is 9:25 right now in South Mississippi. 9:25. But anyway, them tornadoes have been tough. Yeah, I don't. I get on spurts where I get inspired and really I get excited, and then there's other times I don't. Good morning, Robin, and everybody else. Huh?
I'm just saying, hey.
You're telling Robin hello? That's what the flock. What the flock.
What the flock kind of name is that?
What the flock kind of name is that? It's her name. He was a bigger than life snake, and it scared me, but Granny was more afraid. It has gone bonkers. My ears started ringing. I don't like that. Hello there, Vineyard Chicks. I caught some of your live last night, and y'all singing Garden State Gardener songs, and that's right about the time me and Belinda sit down and watching a movie. So I got to keep it on kind of low, so I'm kind of hearing back and forth. But I do like to get in there and give you some views and support you. And every now and then I'll hear, and I'll get up close to my ear so I can hear it. And I listen. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened to my chat, y'all. Oh, there it goes. It went blank all of a sudden. It still had y'all's names, but all the chat went blank. It's a conspiracy, y'all. It's a conspiracy. And y'all, I honestly think, I can't remember what it was. These doggone phones hear what we're saying. This one right here in my pocket, it knows what I'm saying. There we go. I meant to mask that one. It knows what I'm saying, because as soon as you go to look on Facebook, so after you've been, say you and your wife been sitting there talking about something, and say, well, you know, the conversation gets over, you kind of get to piddling, get to look at your phone, look at Facebook, and then all of a sudden, all the advertisements are what you just been talking about. They are listening in on us, folks. And it's just a fact. I don't care. People say that's conspiracy. No, it's a fact. Check it out. Go talking about something. Start talking about cayenne peppers or planting. Oh, I know what we're talking about, planting geraniums. Huh?
I should probably not say that.
We was talking about geraniums, planting geranium. Oh, and how to propagate them and stuff like that. And I said, you know, I bet I can get on YouTube and find it. And I started to click on it on the TV, and Belinda said, you're not going to believe this. One or two of her things that she was on the little Facebook thing, all of a sudden come up geraniums, something about geraniums, this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, they are listening in. Hey, Miss Virginia, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Always good to see our friend Miss Virginia. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Da, 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 da. And y'all have been busy up there, Stephen. I see. And I know you're glad you had that storm shelter the other night, too. Leonard Skinner. Simple Chuck. Cheap. Simple. That's right. I said simple instead of cheap. Yeah, Skinner. You know, they got a place right over here, just south of Macomb, Mississippi, down Interstate 55. They got an actual place where the plane went down.
About an hour away.
It's about a little over an hour away. Macomb's about an hour from here, so it's probably a little over an hour away. Where the plane went down, and they got like a thing set up to commemorate it.
A memorial?
Yeah, memorial for it, whatever you call it. Not too far from here. I've never been to it, but I've seen the sign, and I've seen it when I looked it up on my Google information. Good morning, Kevin. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Hello again, Colleen. Appreciate you coming back. I'm trying to get down through here. Simple Man. That's Leonard Skinner. I don't know about Crosby, Stills and Nash, but I know Leonard Skinner sings it. And y'all, listen, this cat, I seen a documentary on the lead singer, what's the name? Ronnie Van Zant, or he didn't write nothing down. He'd have it in his head. They'd have a song, and a lyric or a melody or whatever, or just a lick, and he'd say, play that, and they'd play it, and then he'd get out. They called it the hot house because it didn't have no air conditioning. They burned up, but they practiced every day. But he would leave and walk out, I think by the creek or something. Anyway, he'd leave and get off by himself, and he'd come back and he'd have a song written in his head to the melody that one of them boys had been picking on, like Sweet Home Alabama. The guy was just picking on that, and he was like, give me a minute. Went outside, got the song, got the lyrics, got it all in his head, come back in, put it together. And they say they used to fight. He was like apparently a pretty tough cat. And I'm using the word cat because I'm cool. He was pretty tough. In fact, I want to say one of the boys that was like one of the guitar players, they found out he was a guitar player, and they wanted to get him to come audition, to be in the band. And when they went up, the guy seen him and he took off running because he was scared. He was scared of the Ronnie Van Zant. He was scared because he had a reputation for wanting to fight all the time. And he said they would fight all the time during their. And if you got a lick wrong, if you messed up in your progression on your music, whatever, I mean, it would cause a fight. I don't see how people live like that, y'all. I just don't understand it. I'm more of a peaceful guy, simple guy. But anyway, he wrote that, and I guess wrote all their songs. Good morning, everybody. I don't know how far down below. Hey, LG Homestead. Hey, Lori, good to see you. I seen you had your live too. Hadn't been a while. I tell you what, life just gets tough, don't it? Hey, Evan, always good to see you. Evan is our friend. Last time I seen you was up to 13,000, a little over 13,000, maybe 14,000 now. Rock on, my friend. Rock on, my friend. And y'all, he just got a lot of good ideas going on up there in Wisconsin, folks. Check him out. If you don't have him, get him. Check him out. I need to get him back on live someday, but y'all, I'm just trying to work my schedule and trying to figure out things, and it just seemed like I just don't have time anymore. But I will. I'll figure it all out. I say I will. I don't know if I will or not, but I'll try and figure it out. Try and get back on track. I know you were. Uh, hey, it didn't matter with that tornado coming by. Many have tried. Lord knows you can't control Rochelle. Many have tried. Many have tried. Hey, Jen, good to see you. Always good to see our friend Jen. Good morning, William. Where you at? Windy Beaumont, Texas. There you are. I knew you wasn't in South Mississippi. Windy Beaumont. I've been to Beaumont. Been to Beaumont a few times, or been through it a few times, but I don't know if I've ever just actually stayed around Beaumont. I did some work in Beaumont before. Cool Cat Chuck, that's me. That's me, Cool Cat. Cool Cat, rock and roll lifestyle. Hey, y'all, Ronnie Van Zant, there it is. Thank you, Jesse. Story of Leonard Skinner. Man, you on top of things, aren't you? I like that. Gonna try, Evan. Get in touch with me, or I get in touch. Here lately, I just don't ever know from day to day. I've got to get outside after this, and Ann Dale comes on live after this at 10 o'clock Central Time. But I'm going to have her in my pocket because I've got to get my yard weed eated, because I need to bring my weed eater to my dad's, because he called and said he couldn't get his weed eater started and wants me to look at it and get it fixed. So I'm going to have to get my yard weed eated, and then I can bring him my weed eater that if he wants to use it, he can, and then get his weed eater. And he lives only 20 something miles, 21, 22 miles away, but it takes, 40 minutes to get there and 40 minutes back. And so it takes a little bit of time. That's an hour and 20 minutes. If my math is right, just in drive time. So that's fine. I'm just telling you that little things like that, if you have to go to town, it's not, town isn't but 20 minutes away. That may be true, but by the time you make your stops and everything, you done took up 2.5, 3 hours. And it's just been like that. It's just been like that. Got to go to the hospital, visit people, got to go to check on folks. Did I tell y'all something? Let me tell you this. I got me 2 new rabbits. I don't know how I got jumped from that to this. I got me 2 new rabbits. They're called chinchilla rabbits. Look them up and see my little finger. I'm not flipping y'all off. This finger and that finger. I was snipping wire and pinched myself. And it's no fun to do that. Anyway, I got 2 chinchilla rabbits. They're just like a couple months old, but they're pretty good. They're supposed to get pretty good sized rabbits. I thought they were going to get bigger than what they are, but they're still going to get bigger than the rabbits I had. I got rid of 3 of my rabbits. I didn't get rid of Taco because of Andrea. I didn't want to. I didn't want to hurt her feelings because Taco she helped me name Taco. It's a little private inside joke between me and Andrea Bersanini. Anyway, got 2. So I got rid of 3 other. I got rid of the little male and the little white rabbit and the other gray rabbit. And we give them away to some neighbors up the road. They do 4-H stuff. And we got 2 chinchilla. They're just a couple months old. Got a male and a female. And which I've got. Anyway, y'all don't need to hear all that. I just letting y'all know I got a couple of new rabbits. Couple of new rabbits. I can't remember what else I was telling y'all. life just, y'all know how I get so distracted and, um, yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt. And the sad thing about it is, I've done it so many times. You'd think I would learn my lesson, but I don't. Uh, I just don't. But it's all right now. It's all. You can't think about it. You can't think about it. You just got to do it. You clip it, and the pain, the shock, it's that initial but you can't think about it. You just got to keep going. Get your mind off of it because it's gonna hurt. I mean, it don't matter if you think about it or if you don't think about it, it's still gonna hurt. So at least you're not thinking about it. It's still hurting, but you got your mind on something else. You're doing something else. You see the logic, Chuck Lee logic. Hey, Glenn, good to see you, my friend. My friend. Best rabbit breeds. I don't know what they are. Is chinchillas one of them? Yeah, I've got to. We fixing to have a homestead channel so I can be more like Chuck. You're gonna have to become a non-homestead channel to become like me. You're gonna have to become scatterbrained. You're gonna have to become what's the word I'm looking for? Less organized. You're gonna have to yeah, there you go. Write a song called Distraction. Soviet chinchilla? Okay, I don't know what kind we got. I don't know if we got any of them communist rabbits or not. Because you got the Soviet and the California in there. And then you got the Satan. Satan. Satin. Yeah, I got a missed phone call. I'm gonna have to. I thought chinchillas were chinchilla. See, I did too. But apparently they got a chinchilla rabbit. I don't know what a lion's head rabbit is. Hold on. You are starting a second channel? Cool. What's the name of it? What's the name of it real quick? Because I'm gonna have to get off here. What's the name of it, Glenn? Let us know. Hey, Gwen, I didn't even see you pop in. You had Californians and Rex. See, I think the ones I had were Rex. They weren't a very big rabbit, but I mean they were sweet rabbits. But oh, you hadn't got it named yet. Hey, D, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. I know you're probably working and trying to listen in. There's Linda. Good to see you, Linda. So good to see you. And that lion's mane, long hair on the head like a lion's mane. Cool. I'll shoot the new channel name when we. Hey, let me know, Glenn, and we'll do everything we can to get your name out there. How about that? You can even come on our channel and tell the whole world if you want to. And it would be my pleasure. Sure would. You just let me know and we'll pop you up here. Leonard Skinner. We was talking about Leonard Skinner earlier. Rex are known for the fur. Okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about rabbits. I just raise them. We raise them for meat, basically, and to give away. If somebody wants them, we'll give them away. Oh no. You'll have plenty. I have been almost to 1K for a long time. It takes for I come to stall. I stall, but it's my fault. I mean, I don't. I need to get more consistent in putting out videos and stuff like that. And I understand that. I take full responsibility for that, but I am getting close. I'm getting so close that I can pretty much taste it. Another 50 or so to go. So just waiting on it. And this fellow right here has done more to help me than I think most anybody else. He has really pushed us out there. Yeah, I know about eating them. 15 away from 500. Y'all get Robin over to 500. I don't know if her link's been shared or not, but get Robin over 500. She would really appreciate that. It ain't gonna hurt you. Don't cost you a thing. Don't cost you a thing. Uncle Chuck. Yeah. I've been called Uncle Chuck. In fact, my oldest niece made me something that I knew that I always was, and that was a great uncle. Uh, she may not believe that. Y'all, I'm going to have to go because I got a phone call that I'm just missed that I feel like that is something I need to take care of. It has to do with my church, and I don't like to leave them hanging. So I'm going to have to get off here a little early. Go see y'all go see Ann at Andale Homestead. She comes on at 10 o'clock, and you won't regret it. She's just a fine person, and just a great motivator too. Everybody, y'all, thank y'all. God bless you. Y'all have a fantastic day and fantastic week, and I hope to see y'all around the old interweb. God bless.